Hey, hope all of you all are doing amazing. Now in this video, you'll get to see the unchanged truth about funnels, about offers, about pricing that remains unchanged no matter the newest trends, the newest flashy tactics that this guy shown, the other guru shown, the other stuff that might make you feel FOMO in a sense. Now see, since being in the online space for around 4 years now, and I essentially moved to the States 4 years ago, I've watched countless of marketing trends come and go. We have the VSL funnel, we have the webinar funnel, paid ads funnel, group funnels, literally all of it, you name it, I've seen all of those. But underneath all of these new shiny tactics, it lies a fundamental truth about human psychology that never changes no matter what. I'm going to be covering it all so that you can learn them, see through them the next time you see a shiny sort of trend that pops off. So in the next few minutes, I'm going to break down the exact system that you could use to create high converting funnels that work in any market. Now we've worked with creators from the reselling niche, from the trading niche, all across the board with different industries, right? So you'll get to see why some funnels absolutely crush it, while some others just fell flat on their face, right? Plus, you will get the psychological triggers that essentially make people buy. So we'll dive deep into these 3 key areas, right? The first one is the evergreen principles behind every successful funnel. Number 2 is the psychology of irresistible offers. Now, I'm not talking about the typical guru type offers like money back guarantee, you do this or you don't pay type of guarantee, or even locking you in with 10 plus conditions within the contract so that they make sure you do not get a refund. I'm not talking about none of that, right? We do business ethically. And number 3 is the evolution of pricing structures and what is actually working right now across multiple different creators that we sort of manage, right? So here's the thing. If you are still using outdated funnel tactics from say 2022 or 2020, you're really just leaving money on the table, right? You're someone that is pretty good at what you do, right? So I want you to have the maximum impact that you deserve to have. So stick around, because by the end of this video, you'll have a bulletproof system that attracts high-ticket clients like clockwork if you are a creator or coach that is absolutely amazing at what you teach people and at what you do, right? So with that being said, let's dive into the video. Perfect. So underlying truth for online creators and coaches, right? So just for some context, I've been in the online game for quite some time, right? My first agency was a real estate agency. Steven was one of the real estate agents that we used to work with. And this was a client interview, success interview that we filmed back then, right? And then, couple Stripe WAP screenshots that we have generated ourselves. We have one client who also generated like 300K selling like a trading bot, right? Which was absolutely crazy to me, right? And then, we generated a cool little 1K from his school community to be reinvested back into ads, right? Now, this one might be a little bit more right now. Obviously, this is zero churn because we just started up 1 week ago. Right now, it's at like a 15 to 20%, which is quite normal for a low ticket community, right? So let's get into it, right? Off of the 4 years being in the online space, I've seen a ton of VSLs, like a ton of funnels, right? We have the VSL funnels, book a call funnels, webinar funnels, the ascension funnel, where they buy low ticket, then slowly go up to mid ticket, then slowly go up to high ticket, which is, I don't think that one is true, because once people know that you have the low ticket, they would just buy all of the information that you have within the low ticket. Once they pay you, they expect to get all of the information. And once they extract all of the information from the mid ticket or the low ticket, they would see that, hey, there is no point of me ascending to the high ticket, right? Because first of all, it is expensive. Second of all, I already got all of the information. And that is one of the downsides of the ascension funnel, in my opinion, right? And then we also have like the group funnel. People would run paid ads to an event. Before the event launches, they conjugate the audience within a Facebook or even a WhatsApp or even the Telegram group to post updates, to give free guides, to incentivize people to join the free group, which then they could later, maybe pitch their product, right? So I've seen a ton of funnels. In terms of funnels, when we approach funnels from a sort of first principles perspective, let me just pull out my pen real quick. When you approach funnels from a first principles perspective, right, there are certain truths that no matter how much the industry might change, it remains consistent regardless of the trends or changes, right? These truths align with the fundamentals of human behavior and decision making. So knowing that, let's get into the top of funnel, the underlying truth that no matter how much it might change, some top of funnel remains the same, right? Middle funnel, some of it remains the same no matter how much it might change. Converting the bottom funnel, some of it remains the same, right? Why these principles hold true? Human psychology, the offer even that I'm going to go into in a little minute, right? Pricing structure, what stays the same and what does not change, right? The old way versus the new way. All of them I'm going to be covering within this small YouTube video that you're currently watching, right? So with that being said, let's get into the top of funnel, right? In terms of top of funnel, you always must have a way in terms of how you can grab attention, whether it is through organic, different short form accounts, whether it is through paid ads, right? Organic could be YouTube videos, organic Instagram Reels, even organic TikTok, even Facebook, right? Or even like community aspect of it, organic, or even newsletter too. Okay, the next one is also paid. You have to have a way to generate attention, to grab attention, right? Now, while platforms or method might evolve over time, which it will, the principle of needing to grab attention will not change, right? Think about it from the TikTok versus Reels, compare it to billboards, right? If we think from a inputs to reward ratio of TikTok Reels versus the inputs to reward ratio of billboards, obviously when you're just starting out, you cannot afford a billboard. Therefore, the input to reward ratio of filming a TikTok Reels is much more affordable, and it makes more sense compared to doing billboards, right? Now, after you gain a ton of attention, the next one is for you to nurture those attention, to educate those attention so that they like and they trust you, right? There's like a 7-11-4 rule that Google came up, which is that they have to consume 7 hours of your content across 11 different touch points within 4 different locations. Now, this touch point could be your stories. This touch point could be your YouTube videos, right? 7 hours could be your content, and then 4 hours, 4 different locations would be your newsletter, your ads, your YouTube videos, 4 different locations that they have to take a look at you, right? This is what makes people buy at a higher intent. So knowing that, this is where the middle funnel comes in, right? This is where we build trust and we build the relationship between you and your audience. Now, this one could be through the email newsletters, which is a written form of YouTube videos, in my opinion, which leads me to the next one, YouTube videos, webinars, or even Telegram messages, right? This is sort of the new trend that I've seen popping up, where they would conjugate the audience, funnel their audience into a Telegram broadcast channel there, where they would share behind the scenes, that they would share different voicemail to give you value prior to you even joining them, so that they can reduce the friction between you experiencing them before you purchase anything from them, which is quite smart, right? I might try this on. Hey, who knows, you know? But regardless, the formats of nurturing might change, but the principle of building trust, building the relationship, nurturing the attention would always remain the same, okay? So now that we know the underlying truth of top of funnel, how to grab attention, as well as the middle funnel, how to nurture, educate those attention so that they can like and trust you, and ultimately so that you make it easier for them to buy from you, in simple terms. Now, let's go to the bottom of funnel, which is where we convert all of the goodwill, of the trust, into essentially money in the pocket, in simple terms, all right? This could be 3 ways: book a call, speak with your sales team, a direct checkout, or even webinars, right? Now, there might be more like challenges, etc., but fundamentally, these are the core 4 that I've seen throughout my 4 years within the online space, right? Now, why does all of these principles hold true? Why do all of them hold true? It holds true because of one, human psychology, right? A lot of people might say that, hey, these principles hold true because this is just how it is. No, it is how it is for a reason. And the reason is because people do business with people, right? Behind every contract that you see, there's a people behind it, right? So People are emotional creatures. As much as you like to, say fuck your mood, follow your plan, like Leia Hormozy says, you're a human at the end of the day. Like, unless you plant like an Elon chip in your brain in the future that allows you to say, hey, I want this chip to not allow me to feel any emotions, then by that you might could. But hey, right now it is not available as for that technology. So the way we make decisions, the way we find information, the way we validate ourselves is rooted in human behavior, which evolves much slower than technology, right? Every single human desire, it can all be rooted down to what? The desire to reproduce. Why are you watching this video in the first place? You probably want to learn about the underlying truth that will not change no matter how much the industry might change. So you want to make money. Why do you want to make money? So that you can find a better mate. Why do you want to find a better mate? So that you can reproduce with that best mate that you can find within your sphere of sort of influence, within your sphere that you can find, right? All boils down to reproduction. Even say toilet paper. Why do you want to buy a toilet paper? A toilet paper that is worth $10 versus a toilet paper that is worth $3. You can buy both, but why would you want to buy the $10 one? Why would you want to buy the $10 one? It's because, hey, with this $3 one, once you scrub it, your butt might be a little bit not, you don't feel your butt as comfortable as if you were used to this $10 napkins, this $10 dish tissue. And when your butt doesn't feel comfortable as this $10 one, the marketing by which this $10 could use is that, hey, you do not want to walk around with like an itchy butt, like itchy butt. Do you want to walk around with that? No. Therefore, this product is the best, because if you walk around itchy, you're not gonna be yourself when you talk to girls or when you talk to guys, and when you are not yourself when you talk to guys or when you talk to girls, you cannot find the best mate, which leads you to what? You're not able to reproduce. So when you're not able to reproduce, which is the whole entire purpose of your genes, you have sort of quote unquote failed as a sort of human. But I do not want to go into the whole tangent about human psychology. But regardless, in every single offer that you create, which I'm going to explain a little bit, people would always want faster results. People would always want less effort, less sacrifice from their end, and they always want the best investment, the best ROI. Okay, so now, knowing these three, there's the offer that would not change no matter how much the industry might change, right? So how I came up with offer is to essentially use the principle of bridging the entire gap. Now, you are someone that have acquired a certain desired situation that your audience want to be in. You also know that, hey, your audience are at their current situation. They're in pain. Why? Because there are certain skill sets that they have not learned that they need to learn in order for them to be where you are at right now. So knowing that you have been in their shoes and you have also achieved this certain desired outcome that your audience wants so badly to achieve, you can also identify the different skill sets that they need to have in order to go from where they are now to where they want to be. So all you have to do is just list out all of their skill sets. Skill set 1, skill set 2, skill set 3, skill set 4. And within that skill set, there are certain sub-segments of that skill set that you can include within your offer, right? Sales, appointment setting, closing, human psychology. This is just some of the example, right? Marketing, you have what? YouTube organic marketing, paid ads, copywriting, certain sub-segments, right? Just for example, okay? Now, I also want to remind you guys again, right? People would always want a faster result. People would always want less sacrifice, less effort from their end, and they would always want the best ROI. Okay, so have these three things in mind, all right? Even screenshot them if you will right now, okay? Anyways, after the offer structure, what are the pricing principles, pricing structure that hold true? Now, the old way is that, hey, online creators, online coaches would do quote unquote some shitty stuff like this, right? They would charge a course for $3,000 for 3 months, right? They might add a risk reversal, they might add a guarantee, and then they might what? They might add like, okay, weekly group coaching calls. That's it. For $3,000 for 3 months. And then what? They lock you in for a contract with 10 different conditions so that you, the customer, pay the full amount and is not eligible to get a refund. Like, this is not a good way to do business. Imagine being tied to the contract instead of being tied to the value that you are providing, which you should. Right? This is my thing against, the online coaching space, which is that this pricing structure is not how we conduct business. It is just not ethical, right? Therefore, I introduced it the new way, which my mentor's book clearly states it, right? He has been gone after the FTC. Like, the FTC have gone after him because he just does so much revenue that, hey, the FTC want to prevent like a monopoly. So I want to introduce you guys to this new driven pricing model that he taught me in one of his books, right? So the new way, yes, there would be 3 to 4K high ticket for a certain amount of time. This can be 10K for 3 months. This can be 5K for 3 months. But then after the 3 months have gone up, you would charge a small fee compared to your high ticket. Now, this could be 1K for ongoing value. What would be the ongoing value? Could be events, could be new trainings, new playbooks, since this online space is always evolving. It is always evolving, okay? Could be ongoing sticky service. For example, continue to manage your paid ads, continue to manage your content. Just for example, right? The community aspect that they might want to be a part of, okay? Continuous service even, all right? So all of these different ongoing value that you can include within your ongoing sort of SaaS product. So all of this ongoing value that you could essentially add so that you are eligible to charge that 1K. For what? For ongoing value providing instead of contract sticking. Okay, so why does this new pricing model work? Now, before I go into why this pricing model work, I want to share with you guys a little story, right? Because the other day I was talking to a reselling creator, and man, he talks about how, hey, he bought a program from Brand Skills because he just like him. He does reselling. He does not do freelance brand scaling. He does reselling. But then the reason why he bought Brand Skills program is because he just like him as a person. But then he realized that, hey, I buy this program for 1K. They promise us this, but there's only a course and weekly group coaching calls. And they charge me the XXX amount for a certain period of time with just a course and weekly group coaching calls that I do not get any value from. And then when I request a refund, the creator was like, hey, Brand Skills tied us to a contract that we've signed a couple months ago that, hey, I have to do this certain 10 conditions every single day so that I'm eligible for a refund. And he just got pissed off that he had to pay a full amount even without getting the value. So you see how it's so easy to burn the bridge between you and your audience if you go with the old way of pricing your model. 3K for 3 months, group coaching calls, risk reversal at guarantee, lock-in contract with 10 different conditions so that your customers pay the full amount. You just burn the relationship, right? BR, you just burn the relationship. Instead, what you do, what allows you to do within your coaching business is that it stacks up month over month over month, right? If this is like a chart, this is time, and this is revenue monthly. It stacks up month over month over month over month over month. Because why? Once you've acquired a new client, they stick with you because of the value you are providing instead of the contract, right? So no contract anymore, please. Every single deal I did with a creator, it was all handshake deals. And they have not screwed me over. I have not screwed them over because integrity is one of the things that you just cannot teach, right? Am I risking the creator maybe screwing me over? Of course, but I trust them. And that is a fundamental reason why I've been sort of, in a way, a little bit successful, even as an immigrant from Malaysia. All right, so back to why does this new pricing model work? There is 4 reasons why. Okay, now just to be real with you, I keyed in these four main headlines and I keyed into ChatGPT and they printed out this great, amazing explanation that, hey, this one might do well than how I would explain it myself, right? So let's get into the first reason why, which is aligned incentive, right? Instead of front loading all of the value in a 3K course, hoping that people does not refund and tie them to a contract, you are incentivized to keep delivering value over time because of the the 1K a month continuity, right? This creates a win-win dynamic where, hey, they pay because they see the value that you are providing as the creator or as the coach. Okay, so the incentives align. Okay, the next thing is you have less pressure to overpromise. Okay, the old model, the old pricing model, it often forces creators to stack unrealistic guarantees to justify the price. Right? Here's a lesson I've learned being in the online space, especially in the online service provider space. The only person that would add like a guarantee at a risk reversal is course sellers. Why? They do not use that as the main service delivery. They use that to strengthen their marketing language. That is why they want to add a risk reversal, and that is why they want to add a guarantee, right? But for me, an agency is a service-based business, and a service-based business is a way where people exchange your time, exchange your service for goods. Okay, so there would not be any guarantee. I would just work my ass off in the best way to deliver the best results on you. I have your best intentions in mind. That is the frame that you want to carry as an online agency service provider. Not, hey, I guarantee you $10 million within 10 months, or else you get your guarantee, or else you get your money back and we'll work for free until you do. This is just crazy, you know? So the new model, it allows you to focus on real, continuous value providing, since clients are paying you as they grow. Clients are paying as they grow with you as well. Okay. The next thing is the community and relationship depth between you, the relationship between you and your audience, right? Now, the ongoing payment is for ongoing access, ongoing accountability, and ongoing community access, by which people value even more once they have experienced your system. Right, this is more so like a SaaS product. I mentioned how the other day I was talking to a reselling creator, and he's developing this SaaS where he wants to stack up monthly recurring revenue. And once I hear that, I'm like, okay, this guy just validated my new pricing model. Why? Because instead of just charging 3K one time and then that's it, we want to increase the lifetime value per customer, the LTV of per customer. How can we increase this? The only way you can increase is by providing them value, so that your customers deem that it is valuable to pay you month after month for ongoing access, for the ongoing service, for the community aspect, for maybe the event that you might host 2 months from now. Okay? And then last but not least, it reduces your refund stress. If people simply does not see the value that you're providing, they does not see a point why they should pay, they can just simply stop the ongoing payments. Right? Now, this builds trust because you are confident enough not to just rely on lock-in contract tactics and rely on, hey, you're using the SaaS model, the SaaS playbook. You're increasing LTV, and most importantly, you're delivering value. All right? So, with that being said, these are the underlying truth for online creators and online coaches, from the funnels, top of funnel, middle funnel, bottom funnel, to the human psychology, to the offer, to the new and old pricing strategies. All right. So with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. As always, I appreciate you watching this video to this point. And as always, have an amazing day, and I'll catch you later. Bye.